I know we do the whole show, the whole outline on the computer, but I just feel like it'll make me look better if I
Now
do this every once in a while.
Just throw them in the air all mad.
Yeah.
That's a good call. You need like a clipboard.
Yes. Beautiful. I love it.
All right. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm
All
good.
right,
I was doing some research, some show preparation the last few days, and I had a question for you. I came across something that I just thought was a little interesting.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Take it.
There are 7 active Major League Baseball players that all sit in the top 5 all-time hits leaders of their respective teams.
Okay.
Oh, of their respective teams.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The caveat here: one is a free agent now and might not play anymore. One has a team option and one has a club option. But they all played this past season.
Okay. Ryan Zimmerman.
All right, there's one. That's the free agent. Okay. All right. So what? Also, there's only one per team. There's not 2 guys on the same list. So
all the rest of them. There's no more free agents. There's just one guy with a club option, one with a team option.
Yeah, one guy. Okay. One guy for sure has a club option. One guy for sure. I think he has actually 2 years. I'm sorry. One guy has a team option for 2022. The other guy has a club option player option the next 2 seasons.
Okay.
And then there's four guys that are still on contract for next year.
Is Kyle Seager the one with the club option?
That is correct, sir.
Nice.
So Zimmerman is the all-time hit leader for the Nationals with 1,846.
Okay.
Kyle Seager is in 4th place on the Seattle Mariners all-time hit list with 1,395. There are 5 other players.
Freddie Freeman.
No.
Shit.
That's why I asked the free agent question specifically was for Freeman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yep.
Is Mike Trout probably one of them?
Yeah, so he is in 5th place. He just got into 5th place.
Votto bangs though, don't he? Joey Votto?
Votto bangs. He was not on this list.
What about this is a storied franchise, so he may not be there yet, but what about Buster Posey?
Incorrect. Good guess though. Very good guess. I would definitely, for the most part, I would think newer franchises in the grand scheme of things. Newer franchises, not like brand new, but
probably Charlie Blackmon.
Charlie Blackmon is
I
number
was gonna
2
throw
on the
out
Colorado
Blackmon.
Rockies. Yep.
Newer. Nobody
What
on the
about
Marlins has been there.
What about
longer
down
than-
in Arizona, who's been down there for a minute?
Gallpole Schmidt?
No, it would be with their current team. But
right.
Yeah. So Goldschmidt is number 2 on Arizona's all-time hit list,
But not with them currently. Got it.
Right.
So this person is number 3 with 891 hits.
Who's been there?
Left field. David Peralta.
David Peralta.
Oh, Peralta.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. One of these players is still in the playoffs. One of the 3 that we haven't talked about. I'm sorry. There's only 2 we haven't talked about. We talked about Zimmerman, Seager, Trout, Blackmon, and Peralta. There's 2 left. One is in the playoffs.
So
is it Astros? Are they new enough to be talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was leaning towards.
Jose Altuve is number 4 on the Astros all-time hit list.
Nice.
Okay.
And then we should all know this next one. He is number 3 on the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, your boy.
Your boy.
I say it.
I don't want to say it.
Yadier Molina.
That was fun, Tone.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that.
Pick your brain a little bit. So I thought it was crazy, though, just the difference in number. I mean, obviously, Arizona's a newer franchise. I'm not like,
sure.
I get it, but just seeing someone with 891 hits and their 3rd all-time in franchise history tells you something. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, none of these. I think Yadi's the only player I mentioned. Yeah, only player I mentioned with 2,000 hits.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of
unreal.
nuts.
All right.
For sure.
Well, thanks, Tone. Let's get it going now, huh?
listening to the Upper Decker Podcast.
And welcome back. It's episode 86 of the Upper Decker Podcast. I'm your boy Ty.
I'm your boy Tone.
And I'm your boy Dan.
And the boys are back in town, baby. All right. 86. Everybody who wore number 86 has appeared in the last 2 seasons, and none of them were good. So I chose the year 1986. We're going to talk about some wild shit, okay? Okay. Roger Clemens won both the MVP and the Cy Young for the American League that year.
Sounds right.
Mike Schmidt was the MVP. Mike Scott was the NL Cy Young. Jose Canseco, Rookie of the Year. You guys' boy, Todd Worrell, was the NL Rookie of the Year. Vince Coleman that year stole 107 bases and was only thrown out 14 times.
That's insane.
Meanwhile, Ricky, towards the end of his career, right? Or no? When did Ricky play?
He went to 03, I think.
Jesus. That's unreal.
He played in parts of 4 decades.
That's right. Ricky stole 87 bags that year, just a meager 87, and was thrown out 18 times. And now
Chomp.
idiot. Now I just got a couple little cool things on certain dates. So April 7th was opening day. Boston's Dwight Evans hit the first pitch of the season for a home run off of Detroit's Jack Morris. It was the first time in history that it happened. And I think we've seen it a couple times since then. I know for a fact Ian Happ did it. Was that last year? 2020. It was the very first pitch of the season, and he crushed it. April 29th of that year was Roger Clemens' 20 strikeout game. He struck out every player except for the pinch hitter that played in that game. So everybody else at least had 1 strikeout. Dave Henderson, Ivan Calderon, and Ken Phelps all went down 3 times. Phil Bradley was a 4-peat victim, was 0 for 4 on the day with 4 Ks.
The old golden sombrero.
That's right. June 6th that year, this is pretty funny. Padres manager Steve Boros was ejected before the first pitch after showing the umpire video footage of a play he disputed the night before. Basically said, hey, look, this is where you were wrong, bro. Have a good game today. Just kidding. Go home, hit the showers.
Dude just whipped out the iPad in 1986?
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if he literally sat in his living room with an over-the-shoulder VHS recorder and showed up the next day and was like, hey, bro, check it. You fucked up.
He probably wheeled a TV and VCR into the dugout and brought the ump over and did it that way.
That's right, dude. The best days of 2nd grade when the teachers rolled the TV.
When the light went out, it was magical.
You're getting nap time or a good movie. It's win-win.
That's right.
Scoot back in your chair a little bit.
September 25th that year. This is also kind of cool. Mike Scott, as I said earlier, won the Cy Young that year. He threw
Michael Scott?
The paper guy.
The paper guy.
He threw a no-hitter against the Giants to clinch the NL West title. So it came down to the day they needed a win, and he decided, I'll just throw a no-hitter, no big deal. Shut him down, won the title. Good for him. Now, bad for somebody else. October 25th. Somebody sneaks in to the all-time infamous worst plays of all time. Bill Buckner. Sorry, sir, to bring it up. You'll never live it down. He let a Mookie Wilson dribbler on the 10th pitch of the at-bat go through his legs to allow the Mets to walk off Game 6 of the World Series that year. As we know, Mets go on to win Game 7 behind manager Davey Johnson and continue the curse of the Bambino in Boston. What I didn't know, and I don't know if anybody else did not know, that game was tied 3-3 after 9, so they went into extras. Top 10th, Boston went up. They scored 2, so they went up 5-3. So they're dang, all right, we're feeling good. We're going to make it. We're going to be all right. Let's take this game. We'll win the World Series.
Wow.
All good. No big deal. Mets come back and score 3, one of them being the dribbler through Bill Buckner's legs.
It's quite the roller coaster.
Quite the roller coaster.
As a Red Sox fan at that point in time, that has to be just when you're like, we're never going to win the World Series again.
Literally never, bro.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that I relate with that. Bro, I feel that shit so hard. Like, just the roller coaster, the highs and lows of a World Series, just turmoil, bro.
Dude,
Unreal.
before we get into that, I want to look at. I looked up like the stolen bases, right? Because I was just like, okay, 87 bags, like that's a shit ton.
Mhm.
I wonder how many teams he would have out stolen this year.
Yeah.
Ricky, just in 2021, would have ranked 10th as a team in total stolen bases. The 3 teams ahead of him were the Tigers, the A's, and the Rays. They all had 88, and then the Cardinals had 89. So if he gets 3 more, he's 6th. Just from a team standpoint, that's insane how much the game has changed. I mean, we've addressed it before, but that's wild.
Yeah. I mean, like stolen bases are fun and all, but like, hey, they don't really do much for you if you don't score. So steal second, steal third all you want, but
we can talk about scoring and stealing second base a little bit later, my dude.
Okay. How about we talk about birthdays now instead? What do you mean? What
Nothing.
happened?
It's okay.
You got birthdays?
I got birthdays.
All right, baby boy, go ahead.
Right. We got some birthdays. We got more playoff birthdays.
I'm so glad we still got some
Playoffs.
Playoffs. Yeah. Excuse me. We have two playoff birthdays. There's 2 guys that are still in the playoffs. They're one of the 4 remaining teams, and they have birthdays this week. The first up is Tyler Matsik. He is 31 years old. Ty's boy. Debuted as a starting pitcher for the Rockies back in 2014 against the Braves.
Bing
How
bong.
about that? He went 7 full, 5 hits, 7 Ks, no walks, 2 earned runs, and a win. Fun fact, Freddie Freeman is the only player remaining from that Atlanta team, and he went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So we're
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good thing that Matsik's on the Braves now, bros, because he kind of owns Mr. Fredward.
Mm-hmm. Then again, everyone kind of owns him this postseason.
Now, for sure, bro.
We'll talk about it.
Yep.
Tyler Matsik was born the exact same day and year as Jordan Lyles, who was also in the rotation for the Rockies that year.
Pretty wild.
Little pitching twins.
Yeah.
He started the home opener for the Rockies April 10th, 2015, and became the first pitcher in team history to hit in the 8th spot. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Proved useful as he hit a double. And then DJ LeMahieu singled him in for a run. So
look at there.
Worked out all right.
Pretty neat. Matsik suffered control issues from that game onward. These control issues turned into a full-on case of the yips, boys.
The shit gets wild from here on out, brother.
Okay, so his next 5 starts, he had 19 walks over 22 innings pitched. That's not good.
Wow.
Trip to the minors didn't help at all. He walked a combined 25 hitters in 13 innings pitched. That's unbelievable.
And not in a good way.
No. By 2016, he had fallen all the way back down to Class A ball and walked 19 in 21 innings pitched, but he struck out 28. He nearly gave up, but he didn't want to let his career go without trying every single option. He worked with psychologists and psychiatrists all through 2017 while not even playing baseball.
It's crazy.
Came back and played in independent league in 2018. So the Diamondbacks gave him a 3-day showcase before releasing him, after which he returned to the independent league, went 5-4 with a 2.64 ERA in 22 games as a reliever, and had a strikeout to walk ratio of 53-19. That's much better.
That's better, bro.
Oh yeah.
Way
Got
better.
it all
That's
figured
respectable. Braves signed him after that, and the rest is currently kind of what you're seeing here in the playoffs. He returned July 26, 2020, after last appearing in 2015. So that was a total time off of 1,909 days. That's
Isn't
5
that
years,
insane?
2 months, 21 days. That is a
That is
long
insane.
time to be out of the bigs. And then
And
just
then
come back and
Still be good enough to come back.
yeah, I won't say dominate, but I mean, be really good, you know?
Right.
Since returning to the majors, he holds a 4-7 record, which doesn't mean much as a reliever. 2.64 ERA, 1.196 WHIP, 120 Ks to 47 walks, a 171 ERA plus. Love that. In 92 innings pitched. So not a super small sample size at this point either.
No, it's been
Ks and 92 innings, dude. You take that for really good all day long.
I love this cat, dude. Like, it took me a minute to warm up to him because I was like, oh shit, it's just gonna be another one of these fucking Braves bullpen guys who just blow it. And then, I mean, he's just fucking been lights out, bro. He's great. I think he's awesome. And the funny thing is, dude, he's not even arbitration eligible until next year.
That's crazy.
So he'll be a 31-year-old arbitration eligible player.
Even if he makes it all the way, he'll be 34-year-old free agent? Holy shit.
Yeah, I hope they do well by him. And like, if they, knock on wood, if they were like win the World Series this year and he's a key part of it,
right? I'm sure they
maybe
will.
sign him to like it doesn't have to be a huge contract, but something more than what arbitration is going to get him. You know what I mean?
Sure. Like a 2-year, $5 million deal or something for a reliever. That's fine.
Just give him some money,
Give him a little bit of Skrilla.
All right, boys.
Oh my god,
boys, Zach Greinke. You know him.
Beautiful.
You love him. Look at him just sitting there.
This is a fun story for you, my dude.
Do you want to tell it?
No, I want you to tell it.
Okay,
I want you to tell it.
So Zach Greinke is 38 years old this week. 38, man. He's been around a while. He's played for he's played for the Royals, the Brewers, the Angels. Do you have a question? Oh, sorry, I didn't have my screen up. I didn't see that you had a question. Go ahead.
That's okay. Can I do it?
Yeah.
It's Greg Zanke.
Oh. Dumb. Anyways, he's played for a bunch of teams. Currently sits with the Houston Astros in the ALCS. Did you guys know that his first name is Donald?
I didn't, but that makes so much fucking sense.
Makes so much more sense. Like Donald Zachary Greinke.
And it is Zachary with a K too, by the way. Like I looked that up. It's exactly. It feels so right.
So he turns 38 this week, and your boy Dan shares a birthday.
Hey, looky there. Oh shit.
So, a couple years before. But
that means your birthday's coming up, Mr. Dan.
It is on Thursday.
Oh shoot. Happy early birthday, Dano.
Thanks, my dude.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So no one doubts his skills on the field. He's a 6-time All-Star, 6-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time ERA champion. He's got a Cy Young Award. But this dude is weird. When he was called up from AAA Omaha to the Royals in 2004, he asked the manager if they would let him go back down to single A ball to try to be a shortstop.
Okay. You don't want to be one of the best pitchers of this generation, bro. Nobody. Just go back and be a shortstop.
Like, how weird is that? And I think he was probably serious.
Probably.
The funny part is you never know if he's serious or if he's joking, and that's what makes these all so much better.
Wow. The next season, the Royals were real bad. They lost 107 games that year.
Yikes.
And apparently the offense went through a bit of a bad streak. Shocker, right? Greinke went to then manager and GM Buddy Bell and Allaire Bell. So Buddy Bell was the manager, I guess, and Allaire Bell was the GM. Is that right?
Correct.
And said, hitting isn't that hard. Apparently, he made some good points during that meeting, but it basically boiled down to the hitters not executing. Fast forward a few weeks, and the Royals went to Arizona for a series, and as luck would have it, Greinke was lined up to pitch. How did he do in his at-bat? Oh, just hit his first career home run. No big deal.
Of course he did.
So later, Alex Gordon was struggling a bit offensively, so Zach offered some advice. Gordon was pretty pumped to take him up on it, so he obviously said yes. Greinke took him to the video room and just showed Alex Gordon the video of his home run in Arizona over and over again and just said, do more of that.
What an animal, bro.
How do you not love this guy?
Just do what I'm like. It's not hard, bro. I did it. Do what I did.
Oh my God. He has a career 3.41 ERA. He's approaching 3,000 strikeouts, boys. He's got 2,809.
If he doesn't get it next year, he'll probably get it the year after.
Yeah. little over 3,000 innings pitched, 219 wins, and get this, a 73.1 career WAR.
Granky's pretty danky, dudes.
Thank you, Granky. Is he Hall of Famer, boys?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I will admit I kind of slept on him. Like I knew he was good, right? Like you read all the numbers, but then you dig into him and he's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Granky do be danky, bro.
Yeah, aside from what year was it where he was like really bad for 1 year and then just like turned it on again?
I'm on it. Don't worry.
I think it was the Angels or the.
I think it was also the Angels.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's never posted an ERA plus below 100, but his worst was with the Angels when he had a 108, and he only pitched 89 innings that year. So, well, no, 89 with them, but he did pitch 212 total. He was traded from Milwaukee to LA at the deadline.
In 2000, I forget that he played for the fucking Angels. That's the one that sneaks in on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm actually thinking of his first season in Arizona. I remember he went there and we were like, okay, because he was coming off a Cy Young runner-up finish in LA in 2015 with a 1.66 ERA. He led the league in that and WHIP.
Yeah.
And then he went to Arizona and his ERA jumped from 1.66 to 4.37.
Yeah, and so I take it back. It was 102 was his ERA plus that year, but I mean, he was still 2% above average, even in an off year for him. So,
wow, dude, that's crazy.
But then he was, an all-star again the following year. So
yeah, that's when they were playing in those blood-soaked pants or whatever it looked like when the Diamondbacks changed their uniforms
those
and it
were
looked
so
like
gross.
fucking ass. Looked like a slow-pitch softball team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. All right, my dudes, you ready for this week's dope name of the day?
Yeah, boy.
Give it to me.
It's Candy Cummings.
Okay.
Oh my god. Stripper from the 70s.
You guys?
Yeah.
He would be 173 years old this week.
Holy shit.
Dude.
That boy is the biggest, oldest of all time. Yeah?
Did they even have baseballs or were they just using rocks back then?
Had to have been rocks. This picture had to have been done with like needlepoint on a single sheet of paper.
He's wearing a cardigan. I think
and slacks.
Baseball used to be a gentleman's game, boys. Tell you what, it's full of a bunch of roughnecks and rowdy little idiots nowadays who only want to hit home runs and strike out.
Unreal, dude. All right, so
Candy Cummings.
Candy Cummings. Before we even get into Candy Cummings, we got to talk about the year 1848. Just like I just need to I need to take you guys and transport you from 2021 to 1848. Okay,
I can't.
So get ready because the Civil War will start in 13 years.
Oh my God, the Civil War starts in 13. He was just out there just throwing rocks at a fence post, and then he would go pick up that fence post and that rock, toss it in the air and hit it, and then go chase it. It was just him.
This year, Wisconsin became the 30th state. Frederick Douglass participated in the first women's rights convention. He also began sheltering slaves fleeing from the Underground Railroad.
Okay.
That's what's going on right now in this world. Gold was discovered in California.
Hell yeah, bro.
Which wasn't even a state yet.
Right.
The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed, ending the Mexican War and extending the boundaries of the U.S. all the way to the Pacific Ocean. 2 years later, California would become a state.
Jesus.
Unreal. Okay. All right. So here we go. William Arthur Cummings. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a pioneer / executive in 1939. So 15 years after he died.
90. He would have been 90.
Yeah.
When he was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1939.
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
What the fuck? This isn't even real.
So it wasn't his stats that got him in. He actually finished his major league career, was only 2 seasons. Why? Because Major League Baseball didn't exist before that. So he's got stat lines for like 8 or 9 seasons, but only 2 of them counted as like major league. He was like part of the National League.
Get this old sweet nutter out of here, bro.
So those 2 seasons, he actually had a total losing record of 21-22. So what got him into the Hall of Fame then? If he had a losing National League record,
The fact that he was one of
he invented
5 guys
baseball,
fucking
obviously.
playing.
how about the fact that he invented the curveball?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Invented,
Of course he did.
invented the curveball.
Hey, what are you doing out there, Candy? I'm just kind of throwing a little slower this time. I
Right.
don't fucking know. What?
He was actually only 14 years old when he first kind of came up with the idea. He was at boarding school, and they used to throw like clamshells into the water.
I'm sure they did. Right.
And he started noticing that, like, depending on the shape of the clamshell, you could make it curve. And then he started like doing it with rocks and stuff.
Mhm.
And then he started kind of like playing around with the baseball and realizing that, like, if he did certain things,
Hey,
it took him a long time.
this big round thing here is kind of like a clam. I can just twist and turn it and make it do things.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. So, all right. So this dude is only 5'9" and never weighed more than 120 pounds.
I don't even remember the last time I weighed 120 pounds.
I was like 6.
That's
Yeah. But he was dominant on the mound prior to those, 2 seasons, those 2 official seasons in the National League. Before that, he had a record of 124-72 with a 2.35 ERA.
Okay.
He pitched 1,778 innings in 4 seasons.
what?
Unbelievable.
What?
Over 1,700 innings in 4 seasons. Wow. 193 of his 198 starts were complete games. And also, fun fact, he's actually listed on Baseball Reference as the all-time Major League Baseball leader in walks per 9 at 0.5. Anyways,
There's
so
still, even if you do, I'm blown away by this. 193 times 9, that still leaves you 41 innings short. I guess he had 5 other starts, but like, Jesus Christ, how many like 10 and 11 inning games did this dude throw?
yeah, probably a lot. I mean, I don't know. So, so going back to he graduates boarding school and he joins an amateur team in Brooklyn. That's kind of when things started clicking for him. So that's when he got the nickname Candy, which is apparently a Civil War era name. Basically, just meant you were like the best at anything you did.
Just sweet like candy.
Just sweet like candy. And this is also when the curveball finally started to click and like produce results and all that. So imagine this though, like it was quoted in his biography as like he might have had the biggest advantage of any pitcher in baseball history. You know what I mean? Imagine being able to throw a ball in a way that no other pitcher had ever done and no batter had ever seen or had been able to practice against or anything.
Can I also tally on that fact real quick?
Yeah.
So I was just out of shits and gigs. I was like, how big were, fucking people back then? Because I don't know if this guy's like big, small.
In my mind, you thought they were like midgets.
Like
the size of like a dog or something.
Like they're representing the Lollipop Guild.
Listen to this shit. In the early 1800s, so, whatever, a couple years before, the Cheyenne people of North America were among the tallest in the world with an average male height of about 5'10". Average was 5'10".
Okay.
Right? Is that right? That's
pretty tall.
Okay, that's pretty tall. But the category talking about it says, oh yeah, this is due to water purification becoming a fucking thing, and they're not just drinking dirty ass nasty fucking water. So your boy Candy Cummings out here, just an average man, because he's drinking like purified water for the first time in history.
Popping off curves.
What are we fucking doing, bro? This man has been dead for 100 years, and we're talking about him here.
Yeah,
this is crazy,
and we like know things about him. I mean, there's like, it's crazy. I don't know,
dude. Oh
it's
my God.
wild.
I gotta see more of him.
There's not that many pictures, so don't get your hopes up.
Fuck.
So he gets into amateur ball, and that's when the curve started clicking. And he was just going nuts, man, like just destroying people. Unfortunately, because of all the innings I talked about, he was completely burnt out by 28. His arm was shot. By that point, other pitchers had learned the curveball as well.
Mm-hmm.
Other batters had started to like pick up on how to hit it. So he wasn't effective anymore, hence the 21-22 record in the majors. So kind of forced to leave the game and all that, but I mean, definitely made his mark. I'm glad for him too, because there was apparently, as you can imagine, there was quite a few people that saw what he was doing, picked up on it quickly, and figured out how to do it, and claimed that they were actually the first person to do it. So, like, one of his teammates, actually, Candy showed him how to throw the curve.
Sure.
And then later on, like a few years later, this dude says, yeah, I actually threw it back in such and such year before Candy ever threw it.
But
luckily there was enough people around the game that knew that Candy was the first person to where his legacy is set in stone. So
yeah,
dude,
hell no.
I found the picture of Candy Cummings.
Give it to me.
Oh.
Look at that Abe Lincoln motherfucker.
Oh.
Look at him.
That is, I can't, man. And that you're telling me that man weighed what, 120 pounds? What did you fucking say?
Yeah, he looks like he weighed.
He never weighed over
pounds,
120 at any point in his life, apparently.
That man had been through more in 28 years in life than any normal human being nowadays.
And he lived to be 73, drinking dirt water, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this show, dude. This reminds me of shit. What the fuck are we doing here? Oh my god, this is crazy.
Dude, electric hadn't even been invented yet for homes.
Oh my god, they had candles. Candy Cummings out here with
if
candles.
I had papers, this is where I would throw them up on that one. Like, they didn't even have electric.
They didn't even have freaking electric.
Damn.
Thank you, Tone.
I'm stuck on this whole height and weight thing, dude. I keep looking. They didn't even average, like, they didn't even scale people above 73 inches tall back then, which is 6'1", and nothing below, 5'5" for people who were like 25 to 29 in his age range. So the average weight of somebody his age was 154 pounds. So he was 30 pounds lighter.
Could you imagine if they saw if like me or Dan just like walked into Dan's got what, like 3 inches on me or something? 2 inches on me?
Only if you're lucky.
Oh.
Yeah, we talking up top or down low, baby? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm 6 foot exactly.
Oh, you're only 6 foot?
Fuck you.
I'm not even 6 foot. I just thought you were taller.
Unreal, brother. Unreal.
All right, we got to move on. We have so much playoff baseball.
I know,
to talk
dude.
about.
I can't. Candy Cummings, dude. Oh.
Those are your birthdays, your playoff birthdays, and your Tony Tone's dope name of the day.
Beautiful, Tone. Thank you so much for all of that. That just made
always,
my day.
My pleasure.
Your candy pleasure? Your sweet Cummings pleasure? Too far, bro. Too far. Okay, let's talk about this real quick while you're here listening. If you would, it would be awesome if you head over to be a monthly contributor at anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support. You can donate $1, $5, or $10 a month. If you can't do the monthly thing, I totally get it. No big old deal. Head on over to PayPal, paypal.me/upperdeckerpod to do a one-time donation. If you do $20 or more, you can get a message on the show, whether it be something that you want to, advertise for, or you just want me to say some dumb shit, go ahead and do that. No big deal. I'll fucking do whatever. Also, if you want a little bit of a return more than me saying or doing something for your money, head over to upperdeckerpod.com. Buy yourself a nice little hat like Dano's got. Look at that thing. Dang, we got a nice hat.
God. Sorry, the not mirror thing is fucking me up. There we go.
You're doing great. We got hats, we got hoodies, we got pants. No, we got shorts.
We got shorts, we got t-shirts, we got long sleeve t-shirts.
We got the shits. We got the shits. Head on over Upper Decker Pod 2020. Buy you some merch, dude. Get you some goods for that dinero. All right. Now, Wheelhouse. Tone, I want you to take this first one. We got who's hot and who's not. Starting off with who's hot. Who you got, brother?
Your boy Kike.
Hey.
Kike Hernandez is hot, dude.
The hottest player in the playoffs right now.
The hottest player in the playoffs. He is 16 for 32 so far in the playoffs. 4 doubles, 5 home runs, 9 ribbies, only 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Unreal, dude. Absolutely unreal.
Yeah. He's
so
just doing it, bro.
Half of his at-bats, he's gotten a hit, and half of his hits are extra base hits.
Yes, so that comes out to a even with that 1 walk, the only 1 walk, and he's still got a 500 average, 514 OBP, 1.094 slug, and a 1.608 OPS.
That's unreal.
Good.
I love it.
Also, how about the Braves, boys? Let's talk some little Braves shit, okay? So, another former Dodger, Jock Peterson, crushing, bro. He's only had 12 playoff at-bats. However, 3 of those at-bats have been home runs. The legend of Jocktober continues, and I love it. Austin Riley. What'd you say?
Said him's a bad bitch.
Oh, such a bad bitch. Rocking them pearls out here, bro. Unbelievable. Austin Riley doing some damn things out there, continuing that MVP level that he brought in 2021, bringing that into the playoffs. I don't give a shit what y'all say. That's the MVP. I'm doing it.
It's not, but
it
I
is.
like him a lot.
It is. He hit the walk-off single and the game. Well, he hit the walk-off single in Game 1. He also hit the game-tying home run in Game 1. He hit the game-tying double last night in Game 2. I mean, he is in on every play. He is carrying this team. Not to mention Jock last night, one of those home runs was a 454-foot bomb.
It got there in like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, off none other than Max Scherzer. He was like, I'll just go ahead and tie this shit up real quick. I mean, just pissed all over that ball. Didn't give a single shit about it. Didn't care about how that ball's family felt or, its significant others, anything. He just fucking blasted. It was like that. Yeah, you're not supposed to be here anymore. You're going to be way the fuck over there. And that's what he did. Right. And Eddie Rosario, I believe, collected 4 hits on the night and would later walk it off for the second straight night. Braves up 2-0 in the NLCS. I don't want to talk about anything more than that.
Dude, for a ball that just snuck through the infield, that thing was smoked.
I mean, it was pissed on, and then not to mention, it got to the outfield in like 2 seconds, and my emotions were in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I think it was also 104 off the bat is what I saw.
Your boy called that too.
You did I was
like,
that.
Dude, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, they're putting in Kenley. He's a good pitcher, and he's got good results in the postseason, but Kenley's not going to mess around. Like, he's going to attack the zone.
He's going to come at you. He's going to get
whatever pitch he's going to throw. It's going to be for a strike. It's probably going to be the best pitch you're going to see all at bat. As I said, if I go up there, I'm Rosario. I'm hacking at the first pitch. He did. Boom, put it through. Are you faulting Seager for not getting that?
Not on. No, I don't think so.
That was tough.
That was 104 off the bat.
It was 104.
And he was screened.
Went through Kenley's arms, short hopped Seager. That's a crazy play to make, man. I mean, he did the best he could. The only thing that he could have done better was keep it in front of him and not, try and field it to the side like that. Right. I mean, you're a professional. You got to get in front of you. You have to knock that down.
But again, 104.
Right.
Yeah,
you're also positioned. Time. He was also positioned perfectly, though. So that's the only thing that I could potentially fault him for is, don't try and backhand that shit. Just shift. Just scoot your body. That's all. It's a whole lot easier than, I don't know. I'm no fucking professional, but.
Right. I know we can sit here and say, like, put your leg behind it.
Right.
But, yeah, you go put your leg behind a 104-mile-an-hour ball and tell me how you feel in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still scared of ground balls at shortstop because of that reason. So,
right.
We don't have to talk about it.
Totally
we
fair.
do have to talk about this, though. Who's
Yeah.
not brothers? Oh, no. I'll take the second one. Y'all two discuss this first one while I relish in it.
Start off, Dan, because I can't even talk about it.
It's fine. I got it. I'm not necessarily super upset by it, but Mike Schilt was let go by the Cardinals front office, citing the super vague and ambiguous philosophical differences. I don't know if you guys watched it or heard any of it or read any of it. And then Schilt had his first public comments today, and he kind of refused to go into it as well.
Right.
We all kind of speculated, like in the group chat, and was like Schilt told somebody to go fuck himself.
Probably.
That he probably shouldn't have. I don't know what philosophical difference you could possibly have with a manager who's gotten you to the postseason 3 years in a row, but apparently there was some kind of difference there.
My thing is, if you're talking philosophical, it's like because Mo said it's not about wins and losses with Schilt, and philosophical differences. I mean, like Mike Schilt embodies, like we can laugh about the Cardinal way and that kind of stuff, but whatever that is, Mike Schilt embodies that. I mean, like he was taught how to portray that to.
Yeah, I mean, he was groomed for this position, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he was trained by George Kissel. He carries Kissel's notebook, which might as well be the Bible in the Cardinals organization.
I'll be honest with you, man. I saw a lot of comments today after Schilt's. By the way, that was so hard to watch Schilt talking today, dude.
He
was crying and stuff. And at one point he stopped. He's like, "What am I doing? There's no crying in baseball." And then and I'm just like, "Oh." But he was just all positive stuff. He was just thanking everyone, basically. But there's a lot of people that are like, it's funny, most quoting these like philosophical differences, but it seems like the Cardinal way, whatever that is, just got fired and is walking out the door with Schilt. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, we don't know what philosophical direction Mo wants to take this team, but it sure doesn't seem like the same way they've been going.
So I have two kind of theories on it here. One is that I don't think him and Jeff Albert saw eye to eye.
Who that?
Albert is the Cardinals hitting coach. He was previously in Houston, but he wasn't in Houston for the cheating scandal. He came in the next year.
Sure, of course he did.
But they don't necessarily see eye to eye because Albert is very, very stat and like analytical based. Like he's fully embraces the sabermetrics, which both DeWitt and Mozeliak have said like they're going forward with it from an entire organizational level, right? Like not just the major league. They're going to completely change the way that they approach hitting at an organizational level. And this year, I think, was the first year that you could really see the results in the minor leagues. Because you look at guys like Mason Wynn, who had a great year. You had Jordan Walker had a phenomenal year. Nick Plummer, who has been terrible in the minors for forever, had an outstanding year in the minors. So it's finally starting to work its way up. And I think the reason that it never really took off in the major league clubhouse is I have a feeling him and Schilt kind of butted heads because Schilt's a little bit more of an old school guy, not quite to the extent of like a La Russa or a Matheny, but he still kind of follows that philosophy a little bit. Yeah. I also wonder if Schilt was kind of rubbed the wrong way by the team coming out and saying they weren't going to pick up the options for Carpenter and Martinez. I don't know. But maybe like Mozeliak just made the decision without consulting Schilt, and Schilt might have been a little bit kind of perturbed by that.
Maybe. Old Katie Wu over the Athletics, she kind of thinks that it was along the lines of the analytics like you were just talking about, or it was like him calling out front office about the lack of like major moves at the deadline, anything like that, like trying to make the team better now when you have the chance to win instead of why don't we focus on reorganizing the entire organization right now? Let's just try and win while we can instead of focusing on all these analytics or whatever.
Right. And Ty, you called this. The Padres are expected to interview Schilt per The Athletic.
For
their head coaching vacancy here. So is that where we think he ends up, and who do we think comes into St. Louis?
I think so, dude. I really like that fit. I saw a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whenever Tingler was fired, the Padres were talking about like rehiring Ron Washington, or re-interviewing him, or Bud Black, or Bochy, somebody, yeah. And Showalter was the other one. But now they've canceled all of that. Now that Schilt's available, they're not even going to re-interview Ron Washington. So they're just they're putting all their eggs in Schilte's basket, I think, and that is a great fit. I like that a lot. That's
an
old head who is able to adapt and like get used to the young ways of shit and can actually relate and will have his players' backs just because they're his players. You know, I mean, how many times did I don't even fucking watch Cardinal games, but I see him and I see him stand up for his fucking players and not take shit from anybody, even like reporters, anything. He is always on their fucking case, and that's kind of what they need out there, I think. So
yeah, I still like the Bochy fit out there better, but I don't think he would do poor.
Yeah.
I think he needs to, if he does go out there, he needs a damn good bench coach with him to help him with his bullpen management, because I think that's his biggest area of weakness.
Well, good thing they got Dip Schumacher out there still.
Well, maybe. So there's currently 3 teams that are looking for managers, right? So we obviously talked about the Cardinals and the Padres. The Mets also let Luis Rojas go. Do you think anybody else gets added to that list after the playoffs are over?
No.
So the common trend, hang on, let me preface this here. The common trend among those 3 teams is all of them underperformed, right? There was high expectation for the Mets, there was higher expectations for the Padres, and the Cardinals just always have high expectations. So they kind of snuck into the playoffs because of that 17-game win streak. So I'm looking at like the Twins underperformed. Like, are there any other teams that you think could potentially let their manager go?
I just want to throw in real quick that I don't think the Cardinals underperformed at all. I think they performed exactly as well as their roster was made up.
And I maybe fair or unfair, I think
they won 90 games.
Higher.
They won 90 games without a pitching staff.
Right. I was gonna say, if anything,
John
I think
Lester and Jay Happ.
If anything, I think they overperformed. To be honest,
and I don't want to like everyone always says like, oh, the 17-game win streak is what got them there. Well, yeah, but those are games, they count. Like those,
right.
That shouldn't be held against them. They went out and did this.
I don't know. I think Booney's probably on the hot seat, but I think he sticks around up there in New York. The players,
he's got one more season though, I think.
Yeah, players and fans love him. I think he's got one more chance. I maybe if this series between Atlanta and the Dodgers goes very, very poorly for the Dodgers, maybe a Dave Roberts, but I mean they love him too, so I don't think that he's going anywhere anytime soon. But he's had enough risky moves that people are gonna start questioning. Like if he keeps that up, they're gonna be like, okay, bro, are you really like, what are we doing? You just pulled Brusdar last night with 2 outs to put Kenley in and got walked off on one pitch. Like all you had to do was get one more out with Brusdar. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm a little surprised that Rocco Baldelli still has a job. Like, I know the Twins like seriously like underperformed, and maybe it's just because they overperformed for so many years. Maybe that was it. But still in those situations, usually the manager is like the next casualty. So I'm a little surprised that he's still there.
I find it hard to blame managers of teams that are just bad. You know, like. I don't think you can cut Rocco Baldelli loose just because the Twins sucked dick. Like, that wasn't his fault. He didn't do that. So, I don't know. I find that hard. I don't think really anybody will get fired. I think we're pretty set where we're at.
To answer your earlier question, if I'm a team with a vacancy, I'm looking at Mike Schilt over Bochy and Ron Washington. I just think, like you said, Ty, like it's a good balance between kind of being an old head, but like being able to relate to the new players. Because Wash is 69, right?
Nice. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And I just looked up Bochy is 66. Also, he was born in France.
Beautiful.
It is, but yeah, I mean, Schilt is only 53 years old.
Sure.
So
apparently, Skip Schumacher is like the rising star among managerial candidates.
I love
now,
that pick.
Yeah, me too. I like that a lot. And then, real quick before we move on, apparently the Cardinals are going to look at Matt Holliday too. I think that's a great move. I love Matt Holliday. Bring that.
I love him as like a hitting coach. I don't know about manager right out of the gate, but I wouldn't be mad about it. I love Matt Holliday.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out here in the coming weeks, though.
The candy coming weeks.
We've also got a who's not here that I'm not excited to talk about. Mr. Freddie Freeman. Woof, dude. So far in the NLCS, since that home run he hit off of Josh Hader, he is 0 for 8 with 7 straight. Hader, He was 0 for 8 with 7 straight Ks to start the NLCS, and then he flew out to left field last night in his final 8th at bat. So far he's 4 for 21, 2 doubles, a home run, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, 11 Ks, and 4 walks in the playoffs. Not looking so hot. He's slashing 190. His on base is 320. I could go for that to be, maybe a little bit higher, a little more productive. Slugging is only at 381, so yeah, I'm gonna need you to bump that shit up too, Freddie. We need that man. We need that man big time if we're gonna end up making any type of a run here. That's gotta happen.
Yeah, Austin Riley can only carry you so far.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, you've lost so
trying.
many people. He's trying his ass off. And then they've got 4 platoon outfielders trying to make up for Acuna, too. So
yeah, well, I mean, Solaire's on the COVID IL now, so he'll probably be out for the rest of the series.
Right, that's true, too.
So that might give Jockey a little bit more exposure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's started both of these games so far. All right. How about a little bit of recap on the division series? Do we want to talk about that? Just kind of hit the highlights?
Yeah. Let's highlight them.
I will take the Atlanta-Milwaukee division series. Atlanta beats Milwaukee 3-1. Listen, I'm trying to be fucking nice over here, boys. I have to, because I know the minute that I start talking shit is when we start losing, and I just can't do that to myself anymore. So I'm taking it nice and breezy over here. As I mentioned earlier, Freddie Freeman hit that go-ahead home run in the 8th of Game 4 to send the Braves to the NLCS. They went to the top of the 9th and shut the Brewers down. Struck out Christian Yelich for the final out. That God, he's got to have a refresher this offseason and just figure his shit out too. Yeah. Of the 9 pitchers Atlanta used in that series, only 2 allowed a run. The staff finished the series with a 1.54 ERA and a sub-1 WHIP, as well as 48 Ks through just 35 innings pitched.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right, Tone, you want to do this one?
Yeah, man. The other NLDS, the Dodgers beat the San Francisco Giants 3-2. It was a great series, capped by a really shitty ending.
That was fucking brutal.
Didn't swing. Wasn't even close.
Nah.
Yeah. So if you missed it, I don't even remember who the batter was.
Wilmer Flores.
Wilmer Flores, first baseman for the Giants. He check swung like this, like yay.
It wasn't
on the last pitch of the game.
Mm-hmm.
First base umpire said he gone. We watched the replay. It wasn't a reviewable play because that still exists in baseball, non-reviewable plays. So they couldn't review it. They couldn't do anything about it. I don't agree with check swinging in that situation. I think you have to put a productive swing on the ball, at least try to foul it off. That said, it doesn't matter. He was within the rules. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
It's also Max Scherzer with the dirtiest fucking slider of all time. So
as a umpiring committee or whatever, as the game of baseball, we have to get that call right. We have to get
it. Especially in the playoffs.
That is like the very first time that I looked at shit and was like, all right, we need to fucking redo this shit, because the day before was that dropped ball with Luis Urias for the Brewers or whatever.
Right.
They dropped it, the ball hit the ground in foul territory, but he caught it. They called him out. Under review, it clearly bounced, but it's a non-reviewable play. So like that happened the day before, and then this Wilmer Flores check swing the day after. I'm just like, what? I'm with you, Tone. Why is there non-reviewable fucking plays?
That shouldn't exist.
I don't want robot umpires. I will probably never condone robot umpires, but with the way things have been going, like Tone and I have been talking a lot about, like, the 3D strike zone and shit. I'd be cool with that as long as it clips it somewhere. That's fine. Whatever. Go ahead. And then don't take away the real umpires, but motherfuck, make every play reviewable. Just give each team 5 opportunities to review something. I don't give a shit if it slows the game down 5 fucking minutes. Get it right, because that's fucking bad. That is brutal.
Yeah. Give them even just do like some kind of like you have 3 challenges that you can use, like what the NFL does, like through the first 6 innings,
Right.
and then everything from 7, 8, 9 that's a scoring play or some type of play, like those can be reviewed automatically by the umpires. Like
And should be.
There has to be something.
Right. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It was such a good series, and I'm not even. Yes, I probably would have preferred that the Giants win. It's neither team is my team. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care who won that, so I'm not like some big Giants fan that's upset about it because of that reason. I just want it's for the integrity of the game, So.
All right. Also in the ALDS, the first matchup, we had Boston versus Tampa. Boston shocked the world, boys. They took down Tampa Bay for the best. Tampa Bay had the best record in the AL, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Boston took them down 3-1. It was a super exciting series. Boston kind of just outperformed them in every aspect of the game, and kind of helped with 2 back-to-back walk-offs in game 3 and 4. So Christian Vasquez obviously hit his 2-run walk-off, and then Kike had a walk-off sac fly because of course he did. He's fucking Kike in the playoffs right now. Tampa Bay shut out Boston in game 1, but Boston went on to score 26 runs over the next 3 games. Holy shit. Boston wasn't playing, man. They watched Randy do some shit. They're like, hey, we got to shut that guy down, bros. If you take out Sale's start, where he had 1 inning, 5 earned runs, Boston's staff had a 3.55 ERA, and Tampa Bay's had a 6.0 flat. So that's kind of the exact opposite of what we expected from those two teams, to be honest.
Sure.
Boston offense did everything they needed and more. Bogarts, Devers, Kike, JD, Schwarber, Vasquez, and Verdugo all homered in that series. So I know these boys are just hot right now, man. We'll talk more about the ALCS here in a second, but you boys, I know you're disappointed by this one, so talk about that, please.
Yeah, I am. The other ALDS series. Well, okay, I should say with my prediction, I'm disappointed, but my wallet is happy about it. So Houston beat the White Sox 3-1. It really wasn't a very exciting series. Like every game was just a blowout. Every game was decided by a minimum of 5 runs. The Astros blew the fuck out of the Sox in the game 4, 10-1 to actually seal it. Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, and Kyle Tucker all finished the series with an OPS over 1, which is insane. 900 is considered excellent, so that's crazy. Lance McCullers came out and just did ace things, right? He anchored that staff. He threw 10.2 innings and allowed only 1 run during those 2 starts. The next closest Houston pitcher with like innings pitched was Framber with 4.1. So he definitely came out there and led.
And now all LMJ, dude, he's missing the whole championship series. So yikes. Tell him what you got, bro.
Oh, I just wanted to clarify real quick. When I said I wasn't upset, I thought we were still talking about the Red Sox and Rays series. No, I'm definitely upset that the Astros beat the White Sox. So continue on. Just wanted to clarify.
So obviously pitching was the story for Houston. It was also the story for the White Sox, but not in a good way. So I had kind of said like, the reason I picked them to go is I thought their pitching could carry them there. Well, some of their key pitchers this year. So we got Giolito had an ERA of 8.31. Lance Lynn got torched to a 12.7. Carlos Rodon did not, in fact, discover his midseason form. He had a 6.75 ERA. Michael Kopech, 18. Dylan Cease, 16.2. Liam Hendricks, 9. And Craig Kimbrell, 9. So
yeah, you're going to need better from them. Oh, shit, you're going to need better from that fucking that deep bullpen there.
It's disgusting.
That was real bad.
Super gross. You just paid Hendricks all that money. You sent away, Madrigal for Kimbrell and shit just to lock down those late innings. And you're telling me they both have a 9 ERA. Big yikes, bro.
Yeah, big yikes.
I saw something about all of like the former Cubs in the playoffs right now. Chris Bryant had a home run in his first at bat. Jock Peterson had a home run in his first at bat. Rizzo had a home run in his first at bat, and Kimbrell gave up a home run in this first appearance.
Ouch!
Big yikes! Big yikes! All right, so now that we've got the DS wrapped up, let's talk about our brackets that we have and just kind of see where we're at.
It's not pretty. It's
not
pretty.
This is where we sit as of right now in real time, in this reality, in this dimension, 2021. We've got Houston and Boston obviously facing off in the championship series on the American League side. Dodgers and Braves, championship National League. Oh boy, we got it tied 1-1 on that left-hand side, and we got 2-0 in the Braves' favor on the right-hand side. I don't want to talk about it, bro. I don't know how many overtimes I got to say it. Woof, Dan, you look bad, bro.
Hey, I got one team left.
Yikes, brother.
But I had them losing, and then they're up 2-0 in this current one. So
imagine having both of your World Series predictions knocked out in the division series, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Woof. I don't feel for you at all, my guy. What are you most shocked about on here? You think the Rays, the Sox, the Giants?
I think for me, it's the Giants. I wasn't like I knew I was going out on a limb picking the Sox over the Astros. Like I knew that going into it.
Sure.
Rays and Red Sox, I felt like was kind of a coin flip. I just didn't want to pick the Red Sox.
Okay.
But I think for me, I felt like the Giants had a deep enough team to go toe to toe. I had even admitted when I picked the Cardinals over the Dodgers, it was a homer pick. So I feel like the Giants had enough depth to go toe to toe with the Dodgers.
Sure.
But yeah, I think that's my biggest disappointment in this bracket.
I mean, they did. They literally went down to the last half swing of a pitch. So
right,
they were right there with them. Next bracket, Tone, what we got, brother? That's yours?
Not looking so great either. Still got the Los Bravos in there, but it's a mess, man.
The Braves are the only ones you've gotten right out of all of this.
That is correct.
I mean, if you want to look at it that way, that's how you choose to observe this.
Oh my boy!
What did they get right? He got Boston right,
and he got the Braves beating Milwaukee.
So I've got
Braves beating Milwaukee.
If the Braves beat the Red Sox, I'll be tied with Dan for 2 correct picks. Or if the Braves beat the Dodgers, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, 2 correct picks throughout.
Boy.
Yeah, not great.
All right, let's check you boys. I feel like I'm doing okay. So let's see. I got
3.
Boston winning. All right. I got
Houston.
I had the Rays winning. Didn't do that. Houston winning. Okay. Braves winning. Okay. And the Cardinals got me fucked. So I'm already at 3. I'll take 3.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Potential of 4.
Maybe
Potential
5?
of 5 if
Maybe
we
5?
don't fucking talk about it.
I'm going to go ahead and just jinx you right now and let you know
Shut
that
the
I
fuck up.
am rooting for the Braves the rest of the way.
You can do whatever you want. I know what I can and cannot do as a fucking fan anymore. 2011 humbled me very fucking quick.
Fair
So
enough.
I'm just going to cool my fucking jets over here. I will talk about the first 2 games real quick, though. We're kind of getting into the stuff that I was talking about earlier with Dave Roberts and kind of making these weird, bad shit decisions at times. And it's not even like his fault. It just doesn't work out in his favor. So game 1, it was tied 2-2 going into the 8th inning. Kenley Jansen comes in. He gets a pop out, strikeout, ground out. 3 up, 3 down. Why do you have your closer in the 9th or in the 8th? I'm confused. So that's the first thing I want to point out. Top of the 9th inning, Will Smith comes in to pitch. Gets Pujols to pop up, Pollock to pop up, Chris Taylor walks, and then Cody Bellinger singles, and there's a base running blunder by old Taylor. He gets in a pickle between 2nd and 3rd and eventually is tagged out. But did you guys see that? He just rounded 2nd without picking up the 3rd base coach, looked at the 3rd base coach, and he was holding him. So he went to go back to 2nd, and Jock had gunned him already. He was toast. I mean, if you're committing, you've just got to go. You've got to fucking send it. So then,
Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
It's like Rod Washington, just sending everyone, dude.
Yeah, dude, just send them.
Go.
In the bottom of the 9th of game 1, Blake Trinan comes into pitch. Not your closer, because you already burned him. He struck out Freddie, of course. Ozzie hits a single, and then Ozzie steals 2nd, which is very, Dave Robertsy, fucking 2004, kind of a little bit of karma here. And, MVP candidate Austin Riley singles in the winning run. So that's how that game turned out. the notes I took from that. He threw Kenley Jansen in the 8th inning. Why? I don't have an answer. So now we go to game 2. Starts off, first inning, Corey Seager, 2-run dinger. Big yikes, looking rough. Ian Anderson, Max Scherzer matchup. Until the 4th inning when Jock gets his revenge we were talking about, hit that 2-run home run off Scherzer, his former team. And then in the top of the 7th inning, they do a double switch, the Braves do, put Luke Jackson in on the mound, Guillermo Heredia to center field as a defensive replacement behind Adam Duvall. Very first batter, he misplays a ball in the outfield with the bases loaded, ends up a double off Chris Taylor's bat, which Chris Taylor's kind of doing some shit. A little hot right now, boys, tell you what, except for, getting thrown out on the base paths. 2 scores, so they're up 4-2, the Dodgers are. Bottom 8, pull in Julio Urias, who won 20 games this year, been a starting pitcher all year, and then we hit the playoffs, and you're like, hey, bro, we're going to use you out of the bullpen. Question mark number 2 for your boy here. I know that he's got experience in the bullpen. He shut it down last year, did great. But it's not what he did this entire fucking season.
Right.
So Julio's pitching. Eddie Rosario singles. He tags on a ball to left field and narrowly makes it to second base. Ozzie singles, close play at home, resulting in a run. That was Ron Wash just with nuts of steel. Nuts of steel. Sends Eddie. Great tag great slide, by Rosario. That was fucking perfect. It couldn't have been any better. And, MVP candidate Austin Riley doubles in the tying run there, too. Won't let you guys forget that. Top of the 9th, there's a long fly out by Trey. Will Smith is batting. We got a little bit of Will Smith crimes here. Strikes out the catcher, Will Smith. And then he strikes out the last bench player for the Dodgers, Austin Barnes, which it's top of the 9th. Why is your last bench player gone in a tie game, brother? What are we doing here, Dave Roberts? Question number 3. Bottom 9th, Darno singles, Dansby bunts, and Patchy, who was pinch running at the time, gets thrown out at second. Me and Tone fucking pissed our pants when we saw that. Wasn't looking good. Heredia had a soft ground out to third, so Dansby moved over to second. There are 2 outs now. Bottom of the 9th. You've got Brewstar pitching.
Right.
He's looking good. He's cruising, pumping 103, sitting in a fucking chair. What are we doing? Oh, we're bringing in Kenley Jansen because we didn't go with our closer last night. So now we're living or we're dying by our closer. Kenley Jansen comes in, 1 pitch. Rosario hits it up the middle, walks off. Braves win 5-4. A lot of that was just questioning Dave Roberts.
You can be a manager and say, like, this is my closer. He's always got to play the 9th. I don't agree with that, but that's fine. You can also be a manager and say, listen, I'm going with the hot hand no matter what. I'm going with my best pitcher when I need it. That's fine, too. I'm not going to argue that. That's more along where I agree. You can't just not have an identity. You can't not have a plan, not have a system. You can, because...
It's like Dave Roberts is trying to summon his inner Kevin Cash because he used Corey Knievel as an opener in game
2 days in a row. It was game 5 and then game 1. He used Knievel.
Right. Yeah, it was both back to back. So it's like he's a great bullpen arm. So if you do run into an instance where you have to use Jansen if he's your hot hand in the 8th, then you have a guy like Corey Knievel who's got lots of closing experience with Milwaukee to close out the 9th.
Exactly.
Or you've got a guy like Brewstar if you need him. You've got a guy like Trennan later if you need him. But I just don't understand, to your point, Tone, pick something. You can't do both. You have to pick something.
Yeah, if you're trying to live and die by your closer and Kenley's your closer, put him into the 9th. Pick a side, do something. Because, Tone, you alluded to it earlier today. Kenley's been lights out all of playoffs his entire career. What are you questioning? Why are you questioning this?
2.2 or 2.5 ERA.
Right. What are you questioning? Why are you questioning yourself now? Why are you making these weird decisions and forcing you're forcing your hand at these weird fucking whatever? I don't know.
The opener doesn't really work in the NL because you run into the pinch hitter issue, which, as you said too, they had a short bench by the 9th because they haven't used pinch hitters.
Exactly. It's fucking crazy, and I don't get what he's doing. So my last little note on that is I said the Braves are playing good baseball right now, but the Dodgers are just kind of playing bad baseball. They're not putting up any runs. So I'm not really comfortable because I feel like those bats will come awake at some point. We see it all the fucking time. It's the damn Dodgers. But at this point, they're just not playing well. They're not playing like the Dodgers. They're kind of living and dying by their home runs or the other team's mistakes. So if you withhold those home runs and just, don't fuck up in the field, the Dodgers are kind of immune right now. Or not immune. What am I thinking? Not immune. They're mortal. They're more mortal. Mortal. They're mortal.
Okay.
That's the one I was trying to say.
That's the one.
I don't know. I feel pretty good, boys. But I don't want to say that. I feel like shit. I'm
Don't
so
say
nervous.
it.
I don't know how to do anything. I can't sleep.
Okay, well then let's go into the ALCS then.
Okay.
So game 3 is playing right now. It's 0-0 in the top of the second. The series is tied 1-1.
Guys, what if the Braves play Boston? What am I gonna do, bros?
Then you cheer for the Braves, obviously.
Oh, I know, it's just so
How's
hard.
that even a question?
Oh God. Okay.
So tonight, Jose Urquidy is going for Houston against Eduardo Rodriguez for Boston. Couple quick postseason lines here for Urquidy. He has 8 games already in the postseason.
Crazy.
So 1-1 record, 2.81 ERA, 25.2 innings pitched, and 24 Ks with a 1.13 WHIP. So pretty solid resume so far.
Mm-hmm.
Eduardo Rodriguez, not so much. He's got 2 games in the postseason. He's 0-1. 5.4 ERA in just 6.2 innings pitched, and he's got 7 Ks to a 1.05 WHIP. So maybe a little bit of bad luck with that one. Hopefully tonight's start goes a little bit better.
Right.
Urquidy's actually never pitched in Boston before,
Which is crazy.
Only faced them one time. Yeah, both being in
crazy.
the American League, you'd think that, and him pitching as much as he has, you'd think they'd have met. And that was earlier this year. He threw 6 innings, only allowed 1 run, 1 walk, and struck out 9 on May 31st. So he had a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
And Eduardo Rodriguez, on the flip side here, he's pitched against the Astros 6 times since 2015. And Houston's slashing pretty good against them.
Yeah, they wreck Erod, bro.
So they got a 333 average, 419 on base, 541 slugging for a 959 OPS. Not great. And 5 home runs against him. He's obviously understandable. His record is not good. He's got a 1-3 record with an 8.53 ERA. Does have 24 earned runs and 28 Ks in 25 innings. Also 13 walks and an almost 1.9 WHIP. So on the surface, it doesn't look great. Got to have a quick hook, I would imagine, tonight for Rodriguez if he shows any signs of struggling.
Yeah, I think so too.
So far, he's 2 innings in, no hits, 4 strikeouts. So
yeah, it's all in all, it's 9 up, 9 down for both teams. So offenses are taking on a little bit of time to get going.
We shall see. All right, boys. How about some cool stuff?
Got some cool stuff, bro.
Cool stuff. Pete Rose. You know who that is?
Oh, he's that guy that has the hits and does the things with the stuff.
Something like that.
Okay.
This dude absolutely roasted Joey Gallo.
Yeah,
did you guys see this?
I did, dude.
Yeah.
He killed him. Almost too far, I think.
For the record,
It was
I
a
don't
little
agree
far,
with it,
man. It was a
but
little
it's
far.
awesome.
It was just, it's just funny to me. I don't even, I don't even agree with everything he's saying. But he said, "How does someone who didn't play every day strike out 213 times? Ray Charles wouldn't strike out that much. I just can't imagine striking out 213 times without killing myself."
Woof, bro.
Bro, you can't say that.
Nah.
Right.
I mean, I get it, but also, bro.
It's fine. Yeah, pick on the guy with a bunch of strikeouts. It's fine. But,
right.
we're smarter than that, right? It's
you're
2021.
You're also 80 fucking years old, bro. You don't need to be talking shit about nothing because if anybody's killing themselves, you're gonna die any fucking day now. Don't say that shit. Don't jinx yourself, Pete Rose.
He's probably still mad about Mantle roasting him about all the singles that he hit. What did Mantle say? If I spent my career hitting singles like Pete did, I'd have played in a dress.
I mean, he's not wrong. Let's be honest. I don't know, man.
To Rose's credit, he never struck out more than 76 times.
Yeah, but I see 76 in there twice. That's what I'm looking up now, too.
Yeah.
I mean, 213 strikeouts, but he also led the league in walks.
Right.
He had a 351 on base percentage.
Right.
And a 122 OPS plus, which isn't elite, but it's not bad. It's above average,
Right. Did he finish above 200 on average?
Nah, one below. 199.
God. Listen.
I mean, yeah, you do want to see that average.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm in
199 average to 350 on base.
Yeah,
Like that's
I
pretty
mean,
fucking good.
I try to be pretty fucking understanding, but holy shit, bro. You got 150 points between your average and your on base, my guy.
He played a full season.
Yeah, a full season.
Full season, had 99 hits. Like
38 of which
talk-
were home runs.
I would say it's one of three things. He's going to strike out, he's going to walk, or he's going to hit a home run. That's all
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
Yeah, only
I'm
13 doubles. That's crazy for a guy with that much power.
Unreal. Let
That's
me
'cause if he hit it hard enough to be a double, it's going to go over the wall.
Let me do math real quick, boys. So 415 minus 81 minus 7 minus 158. Ooh, he finally broke it. Okay. So he's got 169 singles in his career and 158 home runs. I think this is the first season that he's had more singles than home runs in his career. Like he's had more home runs than singles his entire career.
That's insane to me that a two-time All-Star and a guy that's hit is 40 home runs twice has been in the league for 7 seasons and only has 400 hits.
Right.
But 158 of them are home runs.
Right.
Unreal.
That's what I'm saying.
Unreal.
Like his career average is 206. Like you got to get a little bit up above a 200, bro.
At least go to like 230. Like you can hit 40 home runs if you've got a 230
Homie, at this
average.
point, I'll settle for fucking 220. I mean, shit, if we're going back, I mean, he did try to get a better average back in 2019. I remember him saying, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot for a better average. He hit 253, but he only had 22 home runs. His OPS plus, though, was 104. What?
Go.
His OPS plus was 145. So that's also the highest of his career.
He's also only played 70 games that year.
Oh, truth. I missed that.
So he could have hit more home runs that season.
Right. Very
We'll
true.
never know what happened with the on base and the OPS plus, but woo,
brutal.
Man.
All right. I'm going to hammer these two out real quick. Well, I'm going to hammer this first one out, and then we'll talk about that second one because I like it a lot, boys. This first one here, Fernando Tatis Jr., all FTJ, is opting out of off-season shoulder surgery. Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to do it. We're going to do therapy and rehab and strengthen it instead of doing surgery.
Okay.
Well, we know how that always works out.
Right. I mean, I get it. Like, you're young and you could probably rehab this, but at the same time, it caused you 2 IL stints this year on a swing and on a slide at a second base. And that's how you fucked your shoulder up. It wasn't running into a wall. It wasn't getting hit by a pitch. It wasn't whatever the fuck, sliding weird. It was a normal slide and a normal swing. Bro, get your shit checked out. Just reevaluate. It's the off season, my guy. What the fuck? Unreal. All right, next point. MLB as a whole is requiring each team individually to pay for minor league baseball players' housing. Good work.
Huge.
You love to see it. This is a big step in the right direction.
Yes. It's not perfect.
It's not perfect, but it's getting
Better.
there. I was kind of reading up on it today to figure it all out, so the details are technically still being worked out, but they're trying to decide whether the teams will directly provide the housing and like pay for the rent up front, or if they'll build facilities or whatever, or if they will just stipend their pay and allow them to choose where they want to stay, what they want to do, and they'll just pay them more to cover that. So,
if you were a player, or if you were somehow involved, even if you're like a minor league manager or something like that, which of those would you prefer?
I think,
or which do you think would be better for the players? Let's put it that way.
Well, I think it would be like apartments for themselves.
Yes.
I don't think it would be like a dorm situation, because could you imagine like 2 grown ass, like real sized men, human beings with like wives and potential children to like stay in a dorm?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to have like a wife or a girlfriend and kid there if it's a dorm, because you're going to have a roommate most likely.
Right.
So
As a matter of
whole
fact,
thing
I
is-
can imagine that situation.
Right.
Right. I just think it would probably be better for the players, like just mental health and all that, because that's a grinding process
For sure.
I think it would be better to get these players together. It doesn't have to be dorm style, but like, yeah, maybe it's apartments and they all live in the same apartment complex.
Exactly.
At least, and
Right,
have them like
exactly.
near each other, as opposed to, hey, here's $1,000 a month extra. Go
Mhm.
figure out your rent situation.
Right.
Because
Right.
then
Well,
that's something they got to do. Maybe they pocket that money and
I was gonna say they'd have to
they're
report
dumb.
it, and then we're getting
Just-
issues with 50% of players aren't spending money on their rent
right.
like they should be, so they're gonna end up taking it away.
I think it would just be better to say like, hey,
Provide
Miller, you're in
housing.
apartment 36.
Exactly.
Maury, you're in apartment 38. Don't
I
get in
mean,
trouble.
Yeah, just do it like bubble style. Like this is where you're staying. This is
Right.
what you're doing, and that's
Right.
it.
And then you imagine too, like that takes away a huge potential headache in the off season because now they're all going to have a place to stay year round.
Right.
Mhm.
Because they're obviously not going to sign a 9-month lease or a 6-month lease. It's going to be a year-round lease. So all of your players, you know where they are at all times.
Mhm.
And then from the players' perspective, you're not necessarily with the team. You're in your own space, right? So,
Right.
the mental health side, like you mentioned, Tone, but you're also close enough to where if you need to go and like watch some video.
I
or
was gonna
just,
say,
like,
I think that
play
would be the biggest thing.
PlayStation, like you're right there with each other.
I
Yeah.
think that'll be the biggest thing is, if they do provide like these apartments or whatever, you'll probably have year-round access to the gyms, to the weight rooms, to the batting cages,
Right.
to all this. You're not gonna have to do that in your hometown fucking podunk middle of Missouri bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you're gonna have this high-tech facility that you're gonna be able to like be like, oh hey, fucking Tone, Dan, I know you guys are like upstairs, but do you guys want to go down and fucking hit for a minute? That's all
Right.
they're gonna take. Just come pitch to me. Let me see
Yeah.
some live ABs and shit.
It's funny because I know they're not like publicly funded, but like you look at like some of the college facilities and stuff, and these players have
Yeah.
unreal access to.
And some of these players are coming from college and they're used to that.
Exactly. And I think if you make it this way, you have to make it a little bit of an improvement from a dorm facility type shit,
Sure.
but not like, oh, here's this fucking granite floor that you get to fucking eat off
Right.
of,
Mhm.
like in this nice ass fucking millionaire's mansion.
I do think it would be cool if they actually built the buildings themselves.
I think so too.
And then that way they can control exactly how many rooms are there. They don't have to worry about like fans moving in there. Like they
Right.
have 100% control over who lives in the building at all times. And then, like you said too, like they can give them a state-of-the-art gym. They
Mhm.
could put a batting cage in the basement. They could put they could put a field in the back if they want to just go fuck around and do
Right.
some
And
defensive
then
drills.
it's easy to like if one player gets released, or we're sending this guy to, I don't know, some type of other league or winter ball or something like that. That apartment isn't like that money's not just getting wasted and stuff like
Exactly.
that. You can bring someone else in. All right, you're moving into apartment 36 now,
Right.
and handle it that way.
Yeah. I think
So-
with all the transactions between like minor league teams, people being called up, sent down, all that shit, you're almost gonna have to have like a whole floor that's just
Mhm.
open rooms, like ready for move in, like now.
Mhm.
Because you know how we kind of talked about with like Juan Soto for chance, where he got to
Yeah.
double A or whatever and was like, oh,
Just
don't
sitting
worry,
on the
dude, I'm
floor.
not going to be here that long. It's like,
Right.
okay, sick. So here's, a room for guys like that are going to play a month on this team and then get called up and moved up or whatever.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, and
just
maybe that is
playing
more
that
dorm
out.
style.
Yeah, I mean, either
for
that or it's just
logistics sake.
it's just a furnished apartment.
Right.
It's just a furnished apartment. Don't move any of your shit in. Just come
Right.
in here, stay
They
here
should
for
all
a couple
be
months.
furnished, to be honest, but yeah.
They should.
I mean,
be, yeah.
for sure, but whatever. All right. Is there
I dig
anything
it.
else you fellers want to talk about?
I think we covered it, man.
Covered it.
Mm.
Good.
Still nothing after 2 in Houston and Boston right now.
Beautiful.
Oh man, are we gonna be talking about?
Into, I should say.
We're gonna be
JD
talking
Martinez
about
just got the first hit of the game. With
We
the
finna be
double to
talking
left.
about World Series
World
next week.
Series. You knew what I was gonna say. Yeah, we're gonna be
I
talking about
did.
the World Series. We will
Trust-
know. We will know the winners regardless of the championship series.
Bro,
by
like
then.
I said, I haven't slept right in like a week and a half, so I've been thinking about it all. I got the whole thing all mapped out. We're gonna be talking World Series next week. Oh, God, I'm a fucking mess. Thanks for coming out and listening this week, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Tell us what you think on our social media platforms. We're over at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I can say that now that we got videos up.
Yeah.
Go check that out. We're going to be putting more and more videos up on TikTok, I believe. We have, again, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. All of that is just Upper Decker Podcast. That's where those three are where you can find the live streams as well. Every Monday, 6:15-ish. We have the live stream episodes, so come and tune in for that. If you don't want to tune in live and you want to listen later to the recording in the future, Tone, where can they do that, bro?
Never. You're SOL.
Shit out of fucking luck.
No, if you don't catch us live and you do want to just listen to the audio recording, you can do that on any streaming platform, Spotify, Apple, Google, tons of other platforms. You're just going to go in and search for Upper Decker Podcast, and you will find us. If you're there listening on any of those platforms, go ahead and leave us a review or a rating. Give us 5 stars. Tell us we're doing an awesome job. Tell Danny like his hat, because that's pretty dope.
Ooh, yeah, that dank old hat, bro.
Ooh, look at that. If you would like to help our show out in any other way, Dan's going to tell you how to do that.
Absolutely. So you can give us money because we like money and you like giving us money. So if you want to do that, you can sign up to be a monthly contributor over at anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support. You can sign up for any denomination of 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. If you would prefer to just give us a one-time donation, that's fine too. You can head on over to paypal.me/upperdeckerpod, and you can do a donation in any amount that you want. Like we mentioned earlier, $20 and up. You can put in a special request to say something on the show, wear something, whatever, within reason, and we will definitely do it. And also, if you do want to get yourself one of these badass Upper Decker hats or a t-shirt or a hoodie, you can head over to upperdeckerpod.com on shop, and you can see everything that we have available to buy as well.
I love that hat, brother. It looks so good on you. It's going to look so good on all of our fans.
Uh-oh, boys.
Oh, no. What we got? What we did?
Christian Vasquez just drove one in and still got the bases loaded.
All right, let's get off here. Let's go watch it. What do you say? Thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in next week for episode 87 of the Upper Decker Podcast.